intend to do that tomorrow or on Friday. So meantime, what I'd like to do is just have a quick discussion with you on the state of the infrastructure for the servers that we have. So, we've got some websites in static websites, we've got some in WordPress websites, etc., etc. And obviously we've got some left in UK Fast still, and some in Azure. So I want to start putting together a plan to start tidying all of that up. And with a view on that, I want to start migrating the Couples German site to the new theme that's being used by the Couples UK site. So, do you know what I mean by that? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so good. So in that case, then, the first question that I've got is, right now the Couples German website is in WordPress, and the UK site is in static files. Now, the UK site I don't think has been built very well. The UK site, for some reason, has that mobile stuff in it, which I don't understand why it's in there. I think that the code looks bloated as well. I don't think it looks very efficient, considering it's just, HTML, CSS, and Markdown. Have you had a chance to look at the UK site technically, code-wise? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 So, I was led to believe that you would be able to do some of this work. What work do you think you'll be able to do? Right. Okay. Do you will you be able to support WordPress sites? So where changes will be made in, like, maybe PHP, or in like pages, not actual content, but that require code. Do you think you'd be able to do those things? Okay. All right. So you can maintain the websites that we have, but creating a website with front end isn't your speciality. Right. Right. Okay. Alrighty. So let me think. Do you know anybody that is capable of doing the job? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so um, there's really two things then. So one, we have the UK site, which is static files, but I think is very bloated. Do you think you've got the skills to make the code much more efficient? So let me share my screen, for example. Give me 1 second. If I go to couples resource.co.uk. All right, so let's take a look at this homepage for a few pixels. All right, so now if we look at the main page, okay?
Yes.
Close. We've got this. Not a lot of content. Very straightforward. It's your traditional sort of Jamstack, JavaScript and static files. But if we look at the source, it's 2,000 lines of code. 2,174. Okay. Now, obviously there's a lot of JavaScript down here, but if I just quickly do, from page 570, we've got header, mobile header.
Yes.
Now, the website should be, if I can get it to work. Right. Yeah, the website should be responsive. So if we go to, there we go.
Yeah, I saw this, yes.
Yeah, so the website should be responsive, and it is. That works fine. So why then is there code for mobile? And the reason why I think that is the case is because couples.com actually have a separate mobile site. So if I go back to couples.com right now, I think if I do mobile. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Maybe they haven't set up the redirects yet. I don't know. Well, but my understanding is they actually have a separate mobile site. So, what does it make sense to you that? 626. You got href resorts couples Tower Isle. I bet your bottom dollar, you probably have the same thing duplicated up here somewhere.
I can look.
Resorts couples and the grill.
Yes. Okay.
You see what I mean? So there seems to be a lot of duplication in there because you've got a mobile site buried inside this main site. So you've got the main class with the menu link, and then here, and then 200 lines later, it's repeated again.
Repeated, yes.
For this mobile thing, and I don't. Wherever it's gone, Control F mobile. There, mobile. So they've built a mobile site into.
Yes, I know what you mean. There's two separated pages. One is for desktop, one is for mobile in one page, and it's chosen by core to choose which should be rendered based on screen.
Yeah. Right. So from my point of view, right. So the website is working and it's fine. So what I need to understand is it worth me spending money to improve the UK site, or should we, if we have a UK site in static files and a German site in WordPress, how do I get the German website looking the same as the UK website? Do I take the German website and turn it into static files as well? Or do I take the UK site and turn it into a WordPress site and then duplicate the theme? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I don't think so. WordPress is a good idea.
Okay. Okay. Why do you think WordPress is a bad idea?
As I know, it's not safety, not so safety. Yeah. And I'm not sure if it's a good idea for such a, maybe not a big site. You know, this okay, is it easy to maintain website on WordPress for you? What is easier for you?
I mean, WordPress is easier, but it is also more expensive for us. Serving static file is significantly cheaper than serving a WordPress file. That being said, because of all the SEO work that we have to do, it's easier for me to change the titles and meta descriptions in WordPress than it is for me to do it in static files, because I can't do it in static files. Of course, the problem then is version control and keeping everything inside of Visual Studio. So now the cost bit, I don't mind too much. You know, if it costs me £100 a month to run a WordPress server, whatever the case may be, because there are other you know, web servers running that we can service plans we're running that we can just run on top of, I guess. So, you know, it's not too much of a problem. And I'm sure there is a way to. I know that Kieran in the past, he was able to lock the access to the admin panel to an IP address, so that's sort of one vector, you know, closed. Of course, that means that the modules that are used need to be maintained and patched regularly. So obviously, the less modules that we use, the better. So there's pros and cons for me on each one, which is why this sort of going forward is a bigger long-term task than you know, than I would like, because we have some websites in static files, some websites in WordPress, some of them are in Microsoft, and some of them are in UK Fast. And over time, I want to move everything into Microsoft. And it's how do we do that, and what technologies do we use? And we start that process with the UK site and the German site. Does that all make sense?
Yes, it's better to have one infrastructure and put on all similar stuff on one
right
infrastructure.
I don't know if, I mean, apparently I'm not sure if you can do DevOps with WordPress. I don't know. It might be possible. I'm not a very good engineer, so it might be possible. I'm not sure, but you know, that's something we can look at. What I need to achieve is turning the German website theme into the UK website theme. I'm open to the technologies that we use. I am open to using technologies that you are more comfortable using. I mean, you're .NET, right? You're .NET, C#, etc., etc. That's your thing, right?
Yes, it is.
I mean,
yes, I know what to think.
I mean, it's not a web app, but I'm wondering, is there a? At the end of the day, you know, it's just. how do we achieve the right solution based on what we need to achieve using the tools that you know how to use?
Blazor.
So you know how to use Blazor, yeah?
No, I'm not. I talk about this with Kuba and take a small look at this tool, but I don't use it for my work, for my activities in jobs.
Okay.
So I'm not experienced.
Okay, all right. But what I'd like to do, Michał, is let me bring Jakub in to the conversation because I have an idea about something, but I want to run it past him first. Let me just include him 1 second.
Okay.
Hey chap, how you doing?
You?
Yeah, good. Can you talk?
Yes.
Well, I've got Michał on the line as well.
Hi, Kuba. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, cool, good, excellent. So, Michał and I were just discussing, Jakub, about the work that we need to get done in group promotions. Right now, the big priority is we've got 2 websites for couples resorts, one in English and one in German, but they both have different aesthetics. The UK version is on the latest brand guidelines. The German one is on the old brand guidelines. So we need to get the German one up to date. And Michał has been very honest and says, look, his speciality is back end, it's not front end. So, working in HTML, CSS, etc., not his forte. So one of the big overarching goal for the next 12 months is to move all of our websites from our server up in Manchester and UK Fast onto Azure, get them all deployed through DevOps and try and standardize the technology. And I'm wondering if given Michał's skill set with more back end and what have you, and the long-term plan for Max ADR the next 12 months in terms of server-side rendering or all that funky stuff, is there some sort of crossover that we could be looking at which would help Michał with the tools that we need to use that might have relevance with the Max ADR, so that hopefully at the appropriate time when we have more money we can do another crossover and he can work on the front end side? Do you see what's going through my head? Have I articulated that easily enough?
Yes. What I don't understand is how implementing upgrading the German styling, what does this have to do with the rendering of the website? Because you're changing colors, fonts, it's...
Yeah, the only difficult...
It doesn't matter how the HTML for the page is rendered, because you're changing colors and icons and things like that.
Sure. The bit that I sort of didn't mention is that the German website runs on WordPress and the UK version runs on static files. So there's nothing similar between the two of them. And I don't know how easy it is for Michał to be able to, does he just keep everything, the German one in WordPress and just update the WordPress theme if capable, PHP and all that, or does he take the UK version and then just hack away at that and turn it into the German version? This is because of the sort of the skill set differences. I'm not too sure which is the right way to go.
I mean, that's more of a question to Michał, if you can work with the WordPress site, for example.
Well, to me, it's do we need to be looking at perhaps a different kind of technology that Michał is better capable of utilizing that would have relevance to the Max ADR side that we could use the German version as an experiment on?
I don't think that you want to experiment with couple static websites.
Okay.
Is there any problem with that German website apart from styling?
No.
So let's just change the styling.
Okay. All right. Michał, are you going to be able to do that?
Yes, I can try.
Okay.
Yes, I think I can do it, but I have to look all these pages to compare and think how to change, because I think rendering, I have to look at this to remind some things and
unless the German website is supposed to look exactly like the UK website, and UK website is already static files, and all you need to do is just to copy paste UK website and change the text to German. Then you can get rid of WordPress by doing this.
Yeah,
you have all the styling in place. It's literally just change the text.
Yeah, I did suggest that to Michał, as an alternative option. Would that be easier for you, Michał?
As I understand, it is one choice to prepare another page for German based on static pages like UK, and then copy text and pictures and other things from German to news sites based on static files on Azure.
Yes, because if the layout for the German website is exactly the same as UK website, you have the same layout, maybe even the same images and so on and so forth, and the difference is just in text, then instead of trying to change the WordPress website to match all the colors, fonts, and so on and so forth, let's just copy paste the UK website and then just change the text. If this is the whole difference.
I think this is the best way and the fastest way to make it in one place to websites.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
and then you get rid of WordPress at the same time. So two birds with one stone.
Yeah, sure. Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, thank you, Jakub. I'll let you crack on with whatever you're doing. Appreciate it.
Okay. No worries.
Cheers, chap. Thank you. Okay, Michał. Then that's fine with me, chap. If you want to go down that route, did Kieran give you all of the documentation for the Gemma website, the new translations and what have you?
No, we haven't talked about translations. She showed me the website, gave me credentials, and put on Wikipedia, as I remember.
Okay.
And told me about how to add my IP to config to get access to the page and the admin page.
Okay.
Showed me how to update add-ons, but I prefer static site.
Okay.
I think it's more. I'm not in your office, and I'm afraid of doing some. It's. I used WordPress many years ago, and there is some difficult, maybe not difficult, maintain activities to do to update some add-ons, to update WordPress, and sometimes something goes wrong. So I prefer move to static page if it's possible. So I think it's a good way.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Well, give me 1 second.
Is it PowerPoint file?
Yeah, it looks like PowerPoint. Don't know why. Okay, let me download this. It is a big file. You've got access to DevOps, right? For couples.
For couples, yes, I have.
Can you click on this link? Tell me if you can download it.
Currently?
Yeah.
Give me a second. DevOps overview.
It's only 40 meg.
Okay. Wiki. German translations, and looking at the page, error. This link is only available to internal users.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll Skype it to you. I think the limit's 50 meg on Skype.
Oh, it's big, really big file.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, try that.
Okay, so in this file there are pages, screens, and there are some translations for every page, as I see,
Right.
as I can see.
Yeah, so you can see the translations here.
I hope it is text, not a picture.
It should be text. I mean, it's all. I don't know is the honest answer. We can have a look now.
No, I think it's text because the underlined with red line. Some words was underlined.
Right.
Underlined, sorry.
Weddings and honeymoons, weddings, destination, vow renewals, wedding. It should be. It looks like it is. No fault, round trip. It should be. It looks like it is.
Okay.
Well,
so
you've got the file. So you have the translation. We're going to put it into static files. That's fine. We can start from there. The only concern that I have is that I know that this isn't your static files isn't your expertise, your specialist skill set. Obviously, I need to get the work done, but there is a point when the value of the work exceeds the cost. So I have to have an idea of what kind of time it's going to take you to do this work, because if it's more expensive if it's very expensive, let's say it's going to take you, I don't know, whatever, 100 hours, whatever that price is, for 10 days, whatever, would it be cheaper for me to just offsource it or outsource it to a different company? Because I need to obviously measure up that value. So would you be able to give me a price of? Normally I'm happy to operate on an hourly basis because I know roughly how long things take, and I know that your infrastructure, architecture, running Azure, stuff like that is absolutely fine. But for a project like this, because it's not your skill set, I just need to make sure that I'm overspending couples' money. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Would you be able to put together a cost for me to be able to do this?
Let me
Would you be able to go through the website, have a look
think.
at the translations, etc., etc.?
I think we should divide this work for some milestones.
Yeah.
First, I think it's to make infrastructure basement for this site. Then the second one is starting to move data from one to the other, to make identical with couples UK and with data from German side, as I understand. Yeah. So first step, must be done. What are doesn't matter who will be doing this work, me or other company. I think first step I can do it and prepare the environment for this new website. Not new place, and I can think and look deeply to the code and start measure this time. Now I can't tell you how many.
That's
hours.
okay. Yeah, no. Over the phone, no. I would never. This is a relatively large piece of work, so I wouldn't expect that. Over the phone. Would you be able to have a look at it, say, over the next couple of days, and let me know?
Yes, next few days. It's a good idea. After weekend, cool. we can meet and talk about these things.
Perfect. That sounds good. But yeah, that's cool.
Next week we have a Christmas.
Right.
So many things to do. So I.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. So yeah, do that. Let's have a look at what it's going to take to change the German side, because I do need to do it. And then we'll take it from there. The only other thing is that Kieran, I think, talked to you about a website called Impact-PT.
Yes, he was.
Okay, this one is in WordPress, and this one is one that we do have to maintain. Do you think that you would be able to? That doesn't look right. Be able to maintain this website and make changes to it?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because if I can't, I need to let the person know before it's too late. So let's keep an eye on that as well.
Okay. So I want to back to first topic for the second, if you want.
I've got time. Sure.
I think if we divide this job to some parts of work, and you don't want me to change the CSS, the whole build of this site, so just move based on UK site. It is good job and work for me.
Yeah. So what you're saying then is all the stuff on the UK fast server, moving that across to Microsoft, you're fine doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Okay. And the SEO work, obviously, you're fine with as well. I get that. It's the updating of the websites that makes you uncomfortable.
Updates? What do you mean, updates?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like
updating
the CSS, the HTML, the PHP, that bit. So making changes to WordPress sites and for the Impact one, and building the German one. That bit's the main bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Alrighty. Okie dokie. So here's the plan. Over the next few days, let me know what. Give it to me in milestones if you wish, but all I need to know is the total cost. That's all I really need to know of what it will take for you to do this work. And if it is expensive, then I'll see what it takes to get a different company to do it for us, or a third party to do it for us. Obviously, I need to be able to. I can't overspend. That's the first thing that we'll do. The second thing that we'll do is then. I'll ask you maybe in middle of January or something like that to create a plan to move all of the websites across to Azure. So give me a list of all the websites on UK Fast. We'll identify where they're supposed to go in Azure, set the environment up, set up the infrastructure, and then move those across as well, so we can get rid of the UK Fast server. So that's the major plan for the next couple of months.
Okay, great.
Alrighty, cool. Alrighty. When do you want to get back to me by? Friday or Monday?
Monday, I think it's better.
Okay.
It's after weekend when I can spend some time for this project. It's better.
Okay. All right, not a problem. In that case, have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch up with you on Monday. Let me know what time is good for you. I will. meantime, I'm going to carry on, putting together the SEO work that's required, and we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Alrighty, Michał. Cool stuff. Have a lovely weekend. Catch you Monday.
Thank you.
All right, mate. You take care.
Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.